Hi, it's me. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are now be looking at, is this the most luxurious underwater hotel experience waiting for us? You'll have to watch till the end of the video to find out. But before we do get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Now then, when it comes to staying underwater, there are two routes you can take. The first is going all in and staying in a completely submerged room, or you can opt for a more subtle experience with an underwater bedroom. There are a few resorts around the world that offer the fully submerged option, but only for the brave because they resituated in less than ideal locations like this one in the Maldives. That was featured on my channel a couple of years ago. It really isn't for me because even though it looks pretty impressive, being surrounded by water on all sides and having absolutely no privacy whatsoever means that you essentially just camping out in the ocean. And it's not the kind of camping that I'd personally be too keen on. However, the underwater bedroom option is a far more appealing prospect because you get the best of both worlds. You get to enjoy the calming effects of the sea without actually having to go anywhere near it. Now, this is definitely something that I'd be happy to try out for myself. So when I saw that Conrad Maldives Rangali Island was offering something that they called the Water Suite, I just had to check it out. The resort already has a reputation for being one of the best places to stay in the Maldives. It consists of two islands, one above water and the other nestled in a beautiful lagoon. It was actually the first resort in the Maldives to feature over-the-water bungalows, and is still considered to be one of the very best. If you've seen any of the award-winning romantic comedy, The Love Letter, then you may recognize it as the location where Pierce Brosnan and his co-star stayed during filming. It also has its own house reef, which is easily accessible from the beach, and offers a wide variety of activities including diving, fishing, dolphin watching, and a whole lot more. But if you want to push the boat out, then booking the Water Suite is the way to go. It really is a spectacular accommodation option because you get a private deck with a bedroom and ensuite bathroom that sits just above the surface of the Indian Ocean. The entire room has floor-to-ceiling glass windows, so you're surrounded by nothing but endless ocean views. And what's more, you're guaranteed to see plenty of marine life passing by. The windows are perfectly positioned to offer a clear view of the vibrant coral reef that is just beneath the surface. So you can spend your time relaxing inside the room and just taking in the sights. In fact, I'd highly recommend making use of the transparent glass floor that allows you to see the ocean from above as well as below. When I stayed there, I found that the best time to hang out in the room was either early in the morning or late at night, because that's when many of the nocturnal marine creatures come out to play. Plus, if you're lucky, you might be able to spot a whale shark or two. It's not all about lounging around inside the room, though. The Water Suite also comes with its own private infinity pool, so you can take a dip whenever you like. And thanks to its secluded location, you'll have nobody else to contend with. Just imagine how incredible it would be to watch the sunset from your very own infinity pool while taking in those uninterrupted views over the Indian Ocean. You really couldn't ask for much more. And if that wasn't enough, the Water Suite also features a spa bath, so you can unwind after a busy day of island hopping or just kick back and relax. And let us not forget about the all-important air conditioning, because the last thing you want in a tropical climate is a stuffy, sweaty room. Conrad Maldives Rangali Island makes sure that every guest has a truly unforgettable stay. The food is incredible. They offer a wide range of activities and excursions, and the accommodation options are some of the best you'll find anywhere in the world. Okay, so now we know about the incredible Water Suite at Conrad Maldives Rangali Island. Let's move on to the main topic of today's video. Is this the most luxurious underwater hotel experience money can buy? Before we continue, I just want to say a big thank you for your support. It means a lot to me, and I'm so glad you're enjoying the videos. Please don't forget to subscribe. Now then, when it comes to underwater hotels, nothing beats the Mulia Resort in Indonesia. It really is a one-of-a-kind experience, and somewhere I've been desperate to visit for years. After spending a couple of weeks traveling around the Gili Islands, I finally made it happen. The journey to get there was certainly an adventure in itself. First, I took a 45-minute taxi from Bali's International Airport to Nusa Penida, where I caught a speedboat to Lombok. From there, it was a 2-hour drive to the harbor town of Podotono, and then a further 30 minutes by boat to the resort. The Mulia is situated on its own private island, which is only accessible by boat. So once I arrived, I knew I was in for a treat. It's not your typical resort, because the entire place is built over the water. There are no private villas or bungalows, because instead, you can choose between 3 different underwater suites. All 3 are located within the same building, but each one is unique in its own way. The first 2 are situated on the lower ground level and feature their own private courtyards with plunge pools. However, the 3rd suite is located on the 2nd floor and boasts a rooftop terrace with a jacuzzi. While none of them are particularly spacious, they all offer floor-to-ceiling windows that provide uninterrupted views of the ocean. And when I say uninterrupted, I mean it because you're literally surrounded by nothing but water on all sides. This gives you the feeling that you're completely alone in the middle of the ocean, which is both exhilarating and terrifying in equal measure. I opted to stay in the 2nd floor suite because I wanted to make the most of the outdoor space. It came with a double bed, a kitchenette, a living area, a dining table and chairs, and a large bathroom with a rainfall shower. The highlight, of course, was the rooftop jacuzzi, which offered panoramic views of the ocean. It was big enough for 2 people and had underwater speakers, so I could listen to my own music while I relaxed. Unfortunately, I didn't get to test out the jacuzzi's hydrotherapy jets because they were broken. But the resort did offer me a free massage as compensation, which was much appreciated. Because the suite is located on the 2nd floor, there's also a spiral staircase that leads up to the roof. It's a little bit tricky to navigate, but the views are worth it. From here, you can see the resort's private pier, as well as the stunning turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean. It's important to note that the Mulia is not for everyone. It's quite secluded, which means that you need to book all of your meals in advance. There's also a strict dress code in the dining areas, and you're not allowed to bring alcohol onto the premises. However, if you're looking for a truly unique and unforgettable experience, then the Mulia is definitely worth considering. It's incredibly rare to find a hotel that's built entirely over the water and surrounded by nothing but ocean on all sides. And when you add in the fact that you're staying in a glass box that's several feet underwater, well, it's an experience like no other. If you're lucky enough to stay in one of the underwater suites, I highly recommend requesting a room on the 2nd floor. That way, you'll have access to a private jacuzzi with stunning views of the ocean. It's not something you'll forget in a hurry. So there you have it. 2 incredible underwater hotel experiences. Personally, I prefer the water suite at Conrad Maldives Rangali Island because it offers a more subtle and therefore comfortable experience. However, if you want to go all in and feel like you're actually living in the ocean, then the Mulia Resort in Indonesia is the place to stay. Now it's time to hear from you. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are inside the world's first underwater hotel suite that was just recently completed at the end of 2024. It took them 2 years to build this masterpiece down in the Red Sea in Egypt. And you know me, I don't miss an opportunity to explore unique places like this. So let's dive right into it. The design concept is based on a sunken ship with a glass box jutting out of the roof for guests to be able to sleep under the sea. But when I was planning my trip to this place, they were still finishing up the construction. So what I found is more of a work in progress. But let's take a look around anyway, and see how this place looks now. Okay, so the way you get to the underwater room is by first taking a boat out to the floating platform, which sits above the water. The entire hotel is built over 12 meters, or about 40 feet below the surface. Now there is a spiral staircase that takes you down from the floating platform to the main entrance of the hotel. There's actually 3 different room options here, but I opted for the most luxurious one called the Master Suite. Now the Master Suite has 2 levels. The top level contains the bedroom, living room, and kitchen, all of which have views of the ocean through large picture windows. Then there's also a lower level, which has a bathroom, a second bedroom, and a deck that juts out into the water. And here's where you can find the glass box that I mentioned earlier. As you can see, the walls and the ceiling are made up of these hexagon tiles. The edges are sealed with black silicone so that water doesn't leak in. And then all of the electronics are housed in waterproof casings that sit up top inside the dry room. Now the thing about this hotel is that it's designed so that the entire bottom half of the structure is underwater while the top half is above the water. This means that you can open up some of the windows during your stay and actually swim in between the room and the ocean. I did this with one of the staff members while I was visiting, and it was really cool. However, they have since added security glass to those windows. So unfortunately, guests will no longer be allowed to do this. And one of the things that I love about this place is that even though it looks fancy, it's actually quite simple and basic on the inside. It's not overly decorated, which gives off this futuristic, minimalist vibe that matches the surroundings. You've got clean lines, cool colors, comfortable furniture, and plenty of space to move around. There's also a full-size bed in the bedroom, which honestly was one of my favorite parts of the stay because it looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Above the bed, you've got lights that make the whole place feel nice and cozy at night. And if you get hungry, there's a fully equipped kitchen over there where you can cook meals. There's a stove, an oven, a microwave, a fridge, freezer, dishwasher, sink, and even an espresso machine. The living room has a TV, a stereo system, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, ceiling fan, desk, sofa, coffee table, dining table, and chairs. Basically, everything that you need to feel right at home. Plus, you can't forget about the fact that you're staying underneath the ocean. So when you look out any of the windows, you'll have a beautiful view of what's going on outside. When I was there, they had just finished installing the new coral reef around the exterior of the room, which looks amazing. One of the things that they did was attach these metal frames to the outside of the windows, and then they filled them with concrete to create artificial reefs for coral to grow on. After that, they brought in coral from nearby reefs and attached them to the frames to speed up the process. And after just a few months, it already looks really good. Now, as you may have noticed, there's also a spiral staircase near the front of the room that leads up to the roof. Up here, you can either relax on the couch and enjoy the view, or you can head to the edge of the platform and jump into the pool. The pool has views of the ocean all around you and is definitely one of the best spots to hang out in the entire room. But wait, there's more. If you go further to the left, you'll come across a door that leads to a glass box that juts out of the roof. This is probably the most unique part of the entire room, because you can open up the roof and enjoy the stars while laying in bed. Or you can open up the side windows and swim in between the box and the ocean. But like I said earlier, they've now installed security glass to the sides so that people can no longer do this. They only allow guests to swim in the box when someone is supervising from the inside. However, they do still open up the roof at night for stargazing. And they told me that they plan on eventually removing the side windows and replacing them with something more transparent so that people can still swim in between the box and the ocean without risking their safety. Now let's go check out the lower level. Down here you'll find the bathroom, second bedroom, and the second floor's outdoor deck. In the bathroom, you've got a sink, toilet, mirror, and shower. The shower has a glass door and a skylight so that you can enjoy the view while showering. Honestly, this is the coolest shower that I've ever seen. Next, we'll check out the second bedroom. This is a smaller room with a single bed, but it's perfect for solo travelers or couples who want to have a little bit of extra space. There is a window here so that you can enjoy the view while lying in bed, and a door that leads to the second floor has outdoor deck. And lastly, let's check out the outdoor deck. The deck has stairs that lead down into the water, lounge chairs, a coffee table, and 2 hammocks. As I mentioned earlier, this is the spot where you'll find the glass box that is supposed to stick out of the roof. Here's a closer look at the glass box. Again, they only allow guests to swim in the box when someone is supervising from the inside. So overall, this is the most unique place that I've ever stayed at. It's not perfect, and there's definitely some things that they need to improve on. For example, the windows have this green tint to them, which makes it hard to see outside. Also, the windows get pretty dirty, so it's hard to get a good view sometimes. And lastly, the price is pretty expensive, starting at $300 per night. On the other hand, the location is absolutely perfect. The resort is located in the heart of the Red Sea, which is known for its crystal clear waters and colorful coral reefs. Plus, the staff here are just amazing. Everyone that works here are very friendly and always willing to help out. They also provide guests with snorkeling gear so that you can explore the reef that is right outside of your room. The underwater room is still a work in progress, and there is definitely some issues that they need to iron out. But overall, I had an amazing time staying here, and I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to experience something truly unique. That's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Underwater hotels are one of the most unique and exciting places that you can choose to stay while traveling. They offer an opportunity to explore marine life like never before. But are underwater hotels really all they're cracked up to be? Are they just a gimmick or the next big thing in travel? Well, that depends on what you're looking for in your travels. But there's definitely a lot to know before booking your stay. Let's dive right in. No. 1. Underwater hotels are not new. Although it may seem like a recent invention, the first underwater hotel was built way back in 1980 in the Florida Keys. It was called the Jules Undersea Lodge, and it was originally meant to be a research facility for scientists studying coral reefs. But when funding for the project dried up, it was converted into a hotel. Since then, there have been many more underwater hotels built around the world, each with its own unique design and features. Some are made entirely of glass, while others have underwater suites carved out of coral heads. No matter what they look like on the outside, though, all underwater hotels share one common goal: to give guests a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Of course, if you've stayed in one, please tell us about it in the comments section below. We'd love to hear about your experience. 2. You won't get bored of the views. One of the best things about staying in an underwater hotel is that the views never get old. Every morning, you wake up to a different view of the ocean and its inhabitants. Whether you're watching colorful fish swim by or sea turtles gliding past your window, it's always amazing. Plus, since you're surrounded by water on all sides, it feels like you're truly immersed in the marine environment. Just imagine waking up every morning to the sound of waves crashing outside your window and the feeling of being surrounded by crystal clear water. The views from an underwater hotel room are absolutely breathtaking. Not only do you get to see all kinds of sea creatures up close and personal, but you also get to experience the beauty of the ocean from a whole new perspective. No. 3. It's an experience like no other. Staying in an underwater hotel is unlike any other travel experience. It's incredibly romantic and luxurious, and definitely something that you'll never forget. Imagine having your own private room with floor-to-ceiling windows that offer panoramic views of the ocean. You can relax in bed and watch schools of colorful fish swim past or drift off, to sleep listening to the soothing sounds of the waves. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even book a night in a room that has a glass bottom, so you can see the ocean all around you. Staying in an underwater hotel is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you simply cannot miss out on. It has a chance to disconnect from the outside world and immerse yourself in the beauty of the ocean. So if you're planning a trip anytime soon, be sure to add an underwater hotel stay to your bucket list. You won't regret it. 4. There are many different options available. If you're considering staying in an underwater hotel, there are a few things you should keep in mind. First, you need to decide what type of underwater hotel you want to stay in. There are many different options available, from traditional rooms with floor-to-ceiling windows to more unique accommodations, like rooms carved out of coral heads or even underwater igloos. Second, you need to think about the location of the hotel. Do you want to be close to shore or further out in the open ocean? The location will affect the type of marine life you see, as well as the overall experience. Finally, you need to budget for your stay at an underwater hotel. They can range in price from a few $100s per night to several $1,000s per night. Be sure to factor in the cost of food and activities when making your decision. Overall, staying in an underwater hotel is a truly unique and unforgettable experience. With so many different options available, you're sure to find the perfect underwater hotel for your next vacation. Just be sure to plan ahead and book your stay in advance so you don't miss out. 5. Underwater hotels can be very romantic. If you're looking for a truly romantic getaway, look no further than an underwater hotel. Staying in an underwater hotel is an incredibly intimate experience. You and your partner will feel like you are completely alone in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by nothing but water and each other. It's the perfect place to reconnect and relax and enjoy each other's company without any distractions. Plus, the amazing views and luxurious surroundings will set the mood for a truly romantic vacation. Imagine waking up in your underwater hotel room and watching the sunrise over the ocean with your loved one. Or how about having a private dinner on your balcony overlooking the water? An underwater hotel is the perfect place to create lasting memories with your partner. 6. Underwater hotels can be very luxurious. If you're looking for a truly luxurious vacation, look no further than an underwater hotel. These unique accommodations offer guests the ultimate in luxury and comfort. From private balconies with plunge pools to in-room jacuzzis and saunas, you'll feel like royalty during your stay. Plus, the amazing views and secluded location make it the perfect place to relax and unwind. Imagine waking up in the morning and watching the sunrise over the water from the comfort of your own bed. Or how about taking a dip in your private plunge pool and sipping on a glass of champagne while watching the sunset? An underwater hotel is the perfect place to indulge and feel pampered. 7. Underwater hotels are great for families. If you're looking for a fun and unique vacation spot for the whole family, look no further than an underwater hotel. These hotels offer something for everyone, from kids to adults. The kids will love the exciting experience of staying in an underwater hotel, while the adults will appreciate the luxurious surroundings and amazing views. Plus, there are plenty of activities to keep everyone entertained, such as snorkeling, scuba diving, and fishing. Imagine waking up in the morning and watching the sunrise over the water with your family. Or how about taking a dip in the pool and having a picnic lunch while watching the fish swim by? An underwater hotel is the perfect place to create lasting memories with your loved ones. 8. Underwater hotels can be eco-friendly. If you're looking for a vacation that's both luxurious and eco-friendly, look no further than an underwater hotel. Many underwater hotels are built with sustainability in mind. They use solar power, recycled materials, and other eco-friendly practices to minimize their impact on the environment. Plus, they often have programs that allow guests to learn about the local marine life and ecosystem. Staying in an underwater hotel is a great way to support ecotourism and help protect our oceans. Imagine waking up in the morning and watching the sunrise over the water, knowing that you're staying in a hotel that is doing its part to protect the environment. 9. There are many famous underwater hotels. If you're looking to stay in one of the most unique accommodations available, consider booking a room at one of the many famous underwater hotels located around the world. These hotels offer guests the chance to sleep beneath the sea and experience all that marine life has to offer. From the Maldives to Bora Bora, there are a variety of underwater hotels to choose from, each offering its own unique experience. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your dream vacation today and book a stay at one of these incredible properties. You won't regret it. Number 10. It can be very relaxing. There's something about being surrounded by water that just puts you at ease. Perhaps it's the gentle rocking of the waves or the calming sound of the sea. Whatever the reason, there's no denying that being around water is relaxing. Add in the fact that you're staying in a luxurious hotel and you have the perfect recipe for a relaxing vacation. When you stay at an underwater hotel, you can truly disconnect from the outside world and focus on reconnecting with yourself and those around you. It's the perfect place to relax and recharge after a busy week or month. So if you're feeling stressed out, book a stay at an underwater hotel. You won't regret it. And number 11, it's the adventure of a lifetime. If you're an adventure seeker, then staying in an underwater hotel is the perfect experience for you. It's not every day that you get to sleep beneath the waves and wake up surrounded by marine life. Plus, there are a variety of activities that you can enjoy while staying at an underwater hotel, such as snorkeling, scuba diving, and fishing. You'll never be bored when you stay at an underwater hotel. It's the perfect place to create lifelong memories. So if you're looking for an adventure, book a stay at an underwater hotel. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. This is the world's first underwater hotel. Welcome to our channel. When you hear about an underwater hotel, what kind of room would you like to stay in? A luxurious suite with a big bed or a glass room with sea animals swimming past you? Well, there are many kinds of rooms in this hotel, so let's check them all out. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button for more videos. The Muraka is the largest underwater villa in the Maldives. It is located at the Conrad Maldives Rangali Island Resort. It has 2 floors, one above the water and the other below it. It was built by the renowned Japanese architect Shinichiro Ogata. What makes this place special is its glass walls. They allow visitors to enjoy unobstructed views of the Indian Ocean from the comfort of their beds. They can also watch sharks and manta rays glide past their windows. The muraka is 164 square feet in size. It can accommodate up to 4 guests. Its master bedroom is on the upper floor. It comes with a king-sized bed, a walk-in closet, a vanity table, and a bathroom with a rain shower. The lower floor has a second bedroom and living area. There's also a second bathroom and an entertainment center. It also boasts a private 22-foot infinity pool with panoramic ocean vistas. How does this place look at night? You might ask, when the sun goes down, LED lights illuminate the villa's exterior. These lights can change colors depending on your mood. If you want a relaxing blue, just press a button on the remote control. Want something a bit more exciting? Choose from pink, violet, or green. How much does it cost to stay here? The nightly rate for the muraka is $3,500. That's for the whole villa. So if you have 3 friends to split the bill with, each of you will only have to pay $875 per night. The price includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You will also get a personal chef, a spa therapist, and a host to cater to your every need. Now let's take a look outside. The muraka is surrounded by a beautiful tropical garden. There are also white sandy beaches and swaying palm trees. If you walk a little further, you will find the resort's main restaurant. It serves international cuisine and seafood specialties. You can dine indoors or outdoors on the terrace. Feeling thirsty? Visit the bar for refreshing drinks. If you are feeling adventurous, go snorkeling or scuba diving. The Muraka's house reef is home to colorful fish and other marine life. You can also take a sunset cruise or go fishing. And when the stars come out, enjoy a romantic dinner under the moonlight. The Maldives is known for its luxury resorts. The muraka is one of the best. It offers unparalleled service, stunning accommodations, and endless activities. If you can afford it, we highly recommend staying here. Let's move on to the next underwater room. This is the Master Suite at the Water Discus Hotel. It is located in the Red Sea resort town of Eilat, Israel. The Master Suite is located on the top floor of the hotel. It features a huge round bed, a seating area, and a writing desk. The walls are made of glass and the floor is made of acrylic. They allow guests to watch the colorful fish and coral reefs below. The suite also has a large bathroom with a rain shower and a jacuzzi tub. You can book the Master Suite for $1,100 per night. It includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The Water Discus Hotel is one of the most unique hotels in the world. It is designed to look like a giant seashell. The hotel has 24 rooms, all of which have views of the ocean. Guests can dine at the hotel's restaurant, which serves Middle Eastern cuisine. They can also relax at the spa or take a dip in the infinity pool. If you are looking for an underwater hotel, the Water Discus is a great option. It is located in a prime spot in the Red Sea. It is also one of the most affordable options. Let's now explore the underwater room at the Manta Resort. It is located in Pemba Island, Tanzania. The underwater room is one of the most luxurious accommodations in Africa. It features a huge round bed, a seating area, and a dining table. The walls and floor are made of glass. They allow guests to enjoy 180-degree views of the Indian Ocean. The room also has a large bathroom with a rain shower and a jacuzzi tub. You can book the underwater room for $3,000 per night. It includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The Manta Resort is located on a private beach. Guests can relax on the sun loungers or take a dip in the infinity pool. If you're feeling adventurous, go snorkeling or scuba diving. The resort also has a spa where you can book massages and beauty treatments. If you are looking for an underwater hotel in Africa, the Manta Resort is a great option. It is located in a prime spot in the Indian Ocean. It is also one of the most affordable options. Now let's check out the Sea Dragon Underwater Suites. It is located in Thailand. The Sea Dragon Underwater Suites are a bit different from the other rooms we have featured. They are located in a cave. But don't worry, they are very safe. The suites have been designed to blend in with the natural surroundings. The walls and ceiling are decorated with colorful tiles and coral. The furniture is made of driftwood and bamboo. The suites feature huge beds, seating areas, and dining tables. The walls and floor are made of glass. They allow guests to enjoy 180-degree views of the Andaman Sea. Each suite also has a large bathroom with a rain shower and a jacuzzi tub. You can book the Sea Dragon Underwater Suites for $1,500 per night. It includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. A Sea Dragon is located on a private beach. Guests can relax on the sun loungers or take a dip in the infinity pool. If you're feeling adventurous, go snorkeling or scuba diving. The resort also has a spa where you can book massages and beauty treatments. If you are looking for an underwater hotel in Asia, the Sea Dragon is a great option. It is located in a prime spot in the Andaman Sea. It is also one of the most affordable options. And now we come to the final underwater room, the floating underwater room. It is located in the Maldives. The floating underwater room is one of the most unique accommodations in the world. It features a huge round bed, a seating area, and a dining table. The walls and floor are made of glass. They allow guests to enjoy 180-degree views of the Indian Ocean. The room also has a large bathroom with a rain shower and a jacuzzi tub. You can book the floating underwater room for $4,000 per night. It includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The floating is located in a prime spot in the Maldives. Guests can relax on the private deck or take a dip in the plunge pool. If you're feeling adventurous, go snorkeling or scuba diving. The Maldives is home to some of the best dive sites in the world. If you are looking for an underwater hotel in the Maldives, the floating is a great option. It is located in a prime spot in the Indian Ocean. It is also one of the most luxurious options. So there you have it, 5 of the best underwater rooms in the world. Which one would you choose to stay in? Hi everyone, it's me here. And how much does an underwater palace cost? Well, it depends. If you want to buy one of these magnificent houses, there are some things that you need to know. Some questions that you might want to ask yourself. How big do you want your underwater home to be? Where are you planning to build? Do you want to go with prefab or custom design? And what kind of features do you require? Well, the answers to these questions will determine how much it costs. However, you can expect to pay at least $150,000 for a small underwater home and upwards of $2 million for a large palace. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, we'll explore some budget-friendly options. Now, if you're thinking that all underwater palaces cost millions of dollars, think again. There are some affordable options available. For example, there is the Jules Undersea Lodge. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath underwater room located in Key Largo, Florida. The lodge was built in 1986 and was originally designed as a research facility. However, it has since been converted into a bed and breakfast. Guests can enjoy the beautiful views of the coral reef from the comfort of their own room. The lodge also offers a variety of activities, such as scuba diving and snorkeling. So whether you're looking for a romantic getaway or an adventure with the family, this place has you covered. At just over $150,000, this is one of the most affordable underwater palaces that you can buy. Then we have the floating seahorse. This is a unique floating home that can be found in various locations around the world. It consists of a bedroom, bathroom, and living area. It is made from eco-friendly materials, and it is powered by solar energy. The seahorse is also very energy efficient, so you won't have to worry about high utility bills. Plus, it comes with a 10-year warranty. If you're looking for something a little more luxurious, then check out the Poseidon Undersea Resort. Located in Fiji, this resort offers guests a truly unique experience. The rooms are submerged in the water and decorated with rich mahogany. You'll be able to watch colorful fish swimming past your window while you relax in the air conditioning. And if you're feeling brave, you can even feed the fish from your room. The resort also has a restaurant and bar, so you won't have to venture far for a drink or a meal. The Poseidon Undersea Resort is definitely one of the most beautiful underwater palaces that you can visit. But with nightly rates starting at around $375, it is also one of the most expensive. But what if you're not interested in buying an underwater palace? Well, you can always rent one. For example, you can rent the Manta Resort located in Tanzania. This underwater room has become quite popular in recent years, and it is often featured in TV shows and movies. It is situated in a private marine reserve, which means that you'll have the entire place to yourself. The room itself has a king-size bed, a lounge area, and a private deck with a plunge pool. You can also enjoy the beautiful views of the Indian Ocean from the comfort of your bed or plunge pool. The resort also has a restaurant and bar where you can enjoy a meal or drink before heading back to your room. If you're looking for something a little more luxurious, then check out the Muraka, located in the Maldives. This underwater palace is truly one of a kind. The private villa sits 17 feet below sea level and offers stunning views of the Indian Ocean. You can enjoy the beautiful scenery from the comfort of your bed or private deck with a plunge pool. The muraka also has a separate living room and dining room, as well as a fully equipped kitchen. You can also dine in the privacy of your own villa or head to one of the resort's restaurants for a romantic meal. The muraka is definitely one of the most luxurious underwater palaces that you can rent. The nightly rate is around $3,000. But what if you're not interested in renting an underwater palace? Well, you can always build your own. Now, building your own underwater house can be a daunting task, but it is possible. There are a few companies that offer prefab underwater homes. One of the most popular companies is Blue Estate. They offer a variety of different home designs that can be built in both fresh and saltwater. The company was founded by naval architect Philip Ceratops and his wife Cheryl. They had the idea for Blue Estate after they spent some time living in an underwater home in Fiji. The couple realized that there was a growing demand for underwater homes, and they decided to start their own company. Blue Estate's prefab homes are made from sustainable materials, and they are designed to be as eco-friendly as possible. All of their homes come with a 10-year warranty. If you're interested in building your own underwater palace, then you should definitely check out Blue Estate. But what if you want to go with a custom design? Well, that is an option too. However, it will likely cost you a lot more money. Custom underwater homes typically start at around $2 million. But let's say that you have the money to spare. What kind of features can you expect to find in an underwater palace? Well, it all depends on how much money you're willing to spend. However, some of the most common features include floor-to-ceiling windows, a private deck with a plunge pool, and state-of-the-art appliances. You can also expect to find plenty of space in an underwater palace. Most of them have multiple bedrooms and bathrooms, so you'll have plenty of room for your family or guests. Some underwater palaces even have multiple levels. You can have a topside level where you can enjoy the sun and a view of the ocean. Then there's the submerged level where you can relax and enjoy the peace and quiet of being underwater. Now let's take a look at some of the benefits of living in an underwater palace. First, you'll have unparalleled views of the ocean. Imagine waking up in the morning and seeing nothing but water around you. You'll feel like you're in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by all of the beauty that it has to offer. Second, you'll have peace and quiet. There's nothing quite like being underwater to block out the noise of the world. You'll be able to relax and enjoy the peace and quiet, where you can listen to the soothing sounds of the ocean. Third, you'll have privacy. Another great benefit of living in an underwater palace is that you'll have a lot of privacy. You're surrounded by water on all sides, so it'll be difficult for anyone to intrude on your space. Fourth, you'll be able to save money on your heating and cooling bills. Since the water is always at a consistent temperature, you won't have to run your heater or air conditioner as often. This can result in significant savings on your energy bill each month. Fifth, you'll be able to see amazing marine life. If you live in an underwater palace, you'll be able to see amazing marine life every day. You can watch fish and other sea creatures swim past your window, or even from the comfort of your bed. However, there are also some challenges that come with living in an underwater palace. First, you'll need to be comfortable in the water. Of course, this is not a problem for most people. However, if you're not comfortable in the water, then living in an underwater palace could be a challenge. Second, you'll need to be prepared for power outages. If the power goes out, then you may not be able to access fresh water or air conditioning. This could make living in an underwater palace quite uncomfortable. Third, you'll need to be prepared for storms. If a storm comes through, then the water levels could rise and flood your palace. You'll need to be prepared for this and have a plan in place. Storms aren't necessarily a problem if you're in the middle of the ocean. Just avoid building your underwater palace in areas that are prone to hurricanes or other severe weather. Finally, you'll need to be prepared for maintenance. Your underwater palace will require regular maintenance in order to keep it in good condition. This is especially true if you live in a saltwater environment. The salt water can be very corrosive, and it can damage your palace over time. Owning an underwater palace can be a dream come true for many people. However, it's important to weigh the pros and cons before making a decision. If you're looking for a unique and luxurious way to live, then an underwater palace may be perfect for you. Just be prepared for the challenges that come with it. With proper planning and preparation, you can make your underwater palace dreams a reality. Thanks for watching. Please comment below on what you would name your underwater palace. We'll see you next time. Underwater hotels are the latest craze in the tourism industry. They allow guests to sleep under the sea while surrounded by colorful fish and other marine life. The idea of being able to experience the ocean up close and personal is very exciting. But there are some things going on underwater hotels that most people don't know about until it's too late. This video will cover everything you need to know before booking your stay at an underwater hotel so that you can avoid any nasty surprises. Make sure to watch this video to the end because we have a big secret to share with you. You definitely don't want to miss out on this information. So get ready for the experience of a lifetime. It's been said that the best things in life are free. However, when it comes to underwater hotels, this couldn't be further from the truth. Staying in one of these luxurious accommodations can cost upwards of $1,000 per night. There are many reasons why underwater hotels charge so much money. One reason is that they're relatively new, and there aren't many of them in the world. As a result, demand often exceeds supply, which allows hotels to charge higher prices. Additionally, the construction and maintenance of underwater hotels is expensive due to the specialized materials and expertise required to build them. The cost of utilities, such as electricity and water, also tends to be higher in remote locations where many underwater hotels are situated. This is because these areas are often served by diesel generators and desalinization plants, which are more expensive to operate than traditional power and water systems. Moreover, staffing levels in underwater hotels tend to be higher than in other types of accommodation. This is because guests require more attention and care when staying underwater than when staying on land. All these factors contribute to the high cost of staying in an underwater hotel. But for many travelers, the experience is worth every penny. When you're staying at an underwater hotel, it's important to remember that you're living in a whole different world. When planning your trip, be prepared for anything. One of the first things you'll need to do is pack appropriately. Since you'll be spending most of your time in the water, be sure to bring plenty of swimsuits, goggles, and sunscreen. You may also want to pack a waterproof camera so you can capture all the amazing marine life you'll see during your stay. It is also important to remember that underwater hotels are usually located in remote areas with limited access to supplies. So make sure you bring everything you need for the duration of your stay. Finally, don't forget your sense of adventure. Staying at an underwater hotel is truly unique and unlike any other travel experience. So be open to trying new things and making the most of your time there. With a little planning, you can have an amazing stay at an underwater hotel and enjoy all the wonders of the ocean. While underwater hotels are designed to be as safe as possible, there are still a few risks to be aware of. One of the most common concerns is the potential for claustrophobia. If you're staying in an underwater room, it's important to remember that you'll be enclosed underwater for most of your stay. This can be a problem if you're prone to claustrophobia or anxiety in small spaces. Before booking your stay, it's important to consider whether you can handle the feeling of being submerged underwater. Another potential risk is the possibility of motion sickness. If you're staying in a floating underwater hotel, there's a chance that you'll experience some rocking and swaying. This can be a problem if you're prone to motion sickness, so be sure to pack accordingly. Finally, it's important to remember that underwater hotels are still susceptible to weather conditions. Even if you're staying in a submerged room, you may still experience some changes in pressure or light levels due to changes in the weather. Be sure to check the forecast before you go and pack accordingly. By being aware of these potential risks, you can take steps to mitigate them and ensure a safe and enjoyable stay at an underwater hotel. The biggest worry for anyone staying at an underwater hotel is what will happen if the power goes out. After all, you're staying in a structure that's completely reliant on electricity to keep you safe and comfortable. Fortunately, most underwater hotels are built with backup generators, so the guests can still be safely evacuated in case of a power outage. The staff will also be trained to quickly shut off the hotel's life support system and release the air pocket in case of an emergency. Even if the lights do go out, guests can rest assured that the hotel is designed to keep them safe. While a power outage at an underwater hotel is unlikely, it's still important to be aware of the potential risks and follow safety procedures. In the event of an emergency, staying calm and following instructions can help ensure a quick and safe evacuation. If you're considering staying at an underwater hotel, be prepared for some unique dining experiences. Many of these hotels offer meals that are specifically designed to be eaten underwater, allowing you to observe the marine life outside your window while you dine. However, some underwater hotels also feature restaurants that are open to the public, meaning you don't have to stay at the hotel to enjoy a meal there. If you're looking for an underwater dining experience, be sure to check out the options available to you. You may be surprised at the variety and quality of food available. Just remember to make reservations in advance, as these restaurants can be popular and fill up quickly. If you're planning on staying at an underwater hotel, you should know that it's not like a typical vacation. When you arrive at the hotel, you'll likely be given a briefing on safety procedures and what to expect during your stay. It's important that you listen carefully and follow all instructions, as your safety is the top priority. You'll also need to be prepared for some physical challenges. For example, you may need to climb ladders to reach your room, or go through tight passageways to access certain areas. If you're not comfortable with heights or confined spaces, you may want to reconsider staying at an underwater hotel. Finally, you should know that underwater hotels are typically only accessible to guests who are at least 18 years old. This is due to the safety risks involved in staying underwater and the hotel staff needs to ensure that all guests are responsible enough to follow safety procedures. If you're under 18, you may still be able to stay at an underwater hotel, but you'll need to have a parent or guardian sign a waiver. Overall, staying at an underwater hotel can be a truly unique and memorable experience. Just be sure to prepare yourself for the physical and mental challenges involved before booking your stay. Now it's time to reveal the biggest secret about underwater hotels that nobody is talking about. You might think that the most exciting part of staying in an underwater hotel is the chance to sleep with the fishes. However, there's something else going on beneath the surface that you probably didn't realize. It's the fact that some underwater hotels are actually built over active volcanoes. Yes, that's right. Some underwater hotels are literally sitting on top of boiling hot magma chambers. This means that guests can experience the unique sensation of sleeping in a room that is surrounded by bubbling lava. Of course, the hotels are built with safety in mind, and the rooms are designed to withstand the intense heat and pressure. However, it's still a pretty wild experience. If you're someone who loves adventure and thrill-seeking, then staying at an underwater volcano hotel could be the perfect trip for you. Just be sure to pack accordingly and be prepared for an unforgettable experience. Thanks for watching our video about what's really going on at underwater hotels in 2025. We hope you learned something new and got excited about the possibility of staying in an underwater hotel yourself. If you enjoyed our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more travel tips and destination guides. We have lots of other videos in the works that we know you'll love. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.